show them that hopefully you know what you're doing as well is a pretty cool experience.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a fun part for me.
What did you work on since the Senior Bowl to get to this point?
I think it's just some fundamental things, working on drops again, and it's always good to keep repping those things and keep getting better all the time. Oh, it was great. It reminded me a lot of what I've done in college already. I've been under 3 offenses, so that was helpful. As I've been through that. But working with that staff, Coach Loggins, Coach Rags, and then Coach Fox of the Bears was an unbelievable experience. Really fun just to get to know them for a week, and then get to know all the good players there too. It's been fun to see those guys around, and enjoyed it.
There's this idea that you really helped your stock at the All-Star game. What did they think that you weren't doing as well before that?
You got me. I mean, I don't really pay attention much to the stock. I just go out there and try to compete, be my best every day. So, whether they saw it there or when they saw it, or if they have seen, I mean, I'm just out here trying to get better and trying to be my best.
Nate, you feel when you play in an offense that was so productive and kind of explosive that you guys did, obviously, that garners a lot of attention from NFL scouts, does it not?
Yeah, I think that's what I've heard a lot. Coach Canada, his name is definitely popular around here. A lot of guys appreciate what he did, what we did this year, and just seeing all the shifts in motion we did, all the jet sweeps and the creative ways we ran some plays that are run, but we did it a little different, and it was successful for us. So it's pretty cool to see that.
Do you feel that a lot of what you did has you kind of quote NFL ready?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, playing in 3 different offenses, knowing that I can learn an offense extremely quickly and master an offense quickly, I think it's just going to help me. And then, I've been in some pro-style systems as well, been under center, been in the huddle, and I've been no huddle as well. So I think I've done it all and ready to do that at the next level.
What kind of feedback have you gotten through the process on areas that teams would like to see you develop as you take the next step?
I think just little mechanical things. It's been fun to meet with some of the quarterback coaches here. They'll get more into the technical stuff with you. So to talk about some of those things and have some things that when I go back and work on for my pro day, I can work on those things would be really good.
What stood out to you about your interactions with the Bears staff at the Senior Bowl and the things that they kind of helped you with that week?
Can you say that one more time?
What stood out to you about your interactions with the Bears staff throughout the Senior Bowl week and the things that they were able to kind of?
Yeah. First of all, that the offense, just that was familiar to me. A lot of the concepts, a lot of even the language was really familiar to me. I'd heard it before. But the way they coached, I really enjoyed just how detailed they were and how they could be detailed but go through it quick as well. And we could cover a multitude of plays and reads and speak the same language and still be productive. It was really helpful.
Nate, how do you evaluate this quarterback draft class, and how does that relate to you and your opportunity?
I'm luckily don't have the job to evaluate. I have the job to play. So I just go out and play my best. I'm extremely confident in myself. I think everybody here is, but that's what you have to be to play this position. So it's going to be fun to compete on Saturday and obviously throughout the league too.
Have you been training somewhere, and who's repping? Who's your agent?
Yes, sir. Boca Raton, Florida at XPE with Tony Villani and Kim Estroli is my quarterback coach. And Jeff Guerrero with Pro Source Sports is my agent.
How have you prepped for these drills that are coming up where you're going to have to throw to an unfamiliar receiver?
I've been throwing to a lot of guys I've never thrown with before in preparation for this. And, at the end of the day, I think it's just about being accurate, showing that you have the arm strength to make all the throws, even though I think they've seen that on the film. But to go out here and compete and do it again, I think there's a little difference when you see a quarterback throw in person than on film. I think I've noticed that. So hopefully I can, keep wowing scouts and the players and, personnel with the coaches that are here as well.
What are some of those finer differences?
The differences with the throwing?
In person that you see that you wouldn't otherwise.
It's hard to explain, I guess, just how it comes off the hand. I know even when I've grown up watching Drew Brees on TV, but then I've seen him play, in Jacksonville. It's just different. I don't know. There's something about it, and it's fun to watch.
Being on the South Side, do you ever get a chance to talk to Ben Roethlisberger about this process and what we're doing?
No, I never talked to him about the process. The most I talked to him, we share a facility, so we were throwing in the summer, and he kind of came up behind me and was giving us some help, and some tips. But that's about the extent of it.
Hey Nate, you have several of your offensive teammates here at the Combine. How much does that help you, and how excited are you for James Conner?
Oh, so excited for James. just getting to see him again is awesome. And I think if you've been around him, he's a guy that just gravitates everybody towards him. And to see him and to see how far he's come and his progression, even since I saw him 2 months ago, is unbelievable. But to have all of us here as well, 6 guys from Pitt, we've been trying to get a picture together, but the bad thing is that none of us are in the same place at the same time, so we didn't get it. And I think Dorian and Biz have already left, but it's good to see everybody here and to keep repping Pitt.
Do you compare to Kirk Cousins? Is that a fair comparison?
I'm not sure. I don't try to compare myself really. I know, I guess height-wise and things, that there's some similarities, and Coach Narduzzi was around him, so I guess there's some off-the-field similarities as well. But I certainly respect him and admire what he's done, especially in the past few years, and what he stands for off the field. So that's a great comparison.
When you transferred to Pitt, did you figure this could be a possibility if you put together a good season that you could be here?
Yes, sir. I think really I've always believed that. Even as a 4 or 5 year old kid, I hadn't decided between basketball and football yet there. But once I did in 6th grade, wanted to play football. I think this has always been a dream. And but at the same time, you got to pinch yourself a little bit. Been talking to some of the guys, and this is a dream. But to be here is a pretty awesome experience.
Nathan, you had a physical 3 years at Tennessee, about injuries, and it seemed like you got a fair shake. Tell me about the transition to Pittsburgh and then also finding success with that team.
Yeah, well, at Tennessee, you're right. I mean, it was tough, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I think the experience I went through there and the adversity I had to overcome has made me the player I am right now, and I think it's going to help me succeed in the future as well. So I just see it as extremely valuable. And then going to Pitt, I mean, I think transition's always tough, Different teams have different dynamics, so you got to go in there and earn your stripes and become one with the unit. So luckily I had some good teammates that would help me do that as well. But it's just an awesome experience, and then to have the success we did as well, just a huge blessing from God, really, and just to see God's movement, I think, through it was awesome for me.
Nate.
Yeah, Coach Chaney, Jim Chaney, was recruiting me at Tennessee my freshman year when I redshirted, and they got let go, and he went to Arkansas. And then right when I graduated from Tennessee, could make a move, he was going to Pitt. So it was kind of a perfect transition for us. Oh, he just made it all about ball. I mean, it wasn't about, the maybe extracurriculars, I guess, or the media or anything like that. It was just all about football, and he let you go out there and have fun and play. And he brought back, I think, not that I didn't have lost a passion for the game, but he brought it to the whole team, where everybody just loves to go out there and compete and play, and to be in that type of environment was certainly helpful.
Nate, was it Clemson?
Did you ever lose the confidence, the game in Gainesville? Did you be able to stay strong after all that?
Yes, sir. I mean, it obviously didn't feel good. That's not how I envisioned coming out for my first start. It certainly meant a lot to me being from Florida. But like I said before, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. Overcoming that adversity has just made me stronger, and really I think it's what's going to get me through and make me successful in the NFL as well.
Today was the Clemson game, the highlight of the season. And what did it do for you individually from an awareness standpoint, perhaps?
Yeah, I think looking back at it, it certainly is, and talking to some of the guys here, it's been cool to have that. It meant a lot to me. I mean, he talked about the Florida game just now, but to come kind of full circle with that was certainly pretty awesome for me, and to go into Death Valley when nobody at all believed in us except for us. And we came off a tough loss the week before versus Miami, so for our team to come together the way they did, and for all of us to perform the way that we did, was pretty awesome.
Did you say anything to Deshaun Watson here?
What's that?
Did you say anything to Deshaun Watson here about that?
Yeah, we've talked, and I've talked to Mitch about our game. I'm still a little hurt about that one too, and they beat us by 1 point. Right. So it's been cool, to see a lot of ACC guys here as well. So it's pretty cool.
And Nathan, early in the year, scouts were saying, yeah, he might get drafted. After the Senior Bowl, they're saying he's Kirk Cousins. I mean, that's second round area, something like that. What are your expectations?
To be honest, I try not to listen to all the projections and things, because I think I can't control that, and I know I can't control that. So I go out there and just try to get better every day. I've been working in Boca Raton, Florida, so just trying to improve upon little things as much as I can, because it's a competitive league. So once you get in the league, you better be ready to play.
You've had to have heard of Kirk Cousins, though.
I have. I've heard of Kirk Cousins, certainly.
No, but you've heard the comparison?
Yeah. Coach Narduzzi coached him,
okay.
That's where I've heard it, I think, the most is from him when he's talking to me.
So he's been saying it all all year?
All year, certainly, yes, sir. Yeah.
You talked about the Clemson game, but what does that mean to you here, do you think? I mean, quarterbacks are supposed to win games, that's how you're measured, and to beat a championship team, that's got to mean something beyond just the stats stuff, doesn't it, you think?
For sure. I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. You want to win games, and that's the ultimate measure of a quarterback. We didn't win the championship this year, but to win some of the games that we did with Clemson, Penn State, a couple of those were big wins for us and meant a lot to us and meant a lot to me as well. So I think it's helpful to come here and have that under your belt.
Nate, do you look at teams and say, there's an opportunity there where they need a quarterback, or this is an offense where I think I might fit? Do you feel yourself like doing that when you're thinking about places you might end up?
Yeah, I think it's just natural too. But you meet with so many teams that's like, oh, I think that could be a good fit. Well, maybe that could be a good fit. So there's a lot of teams that excite you, but just to play in the NFL, period. I mean, what an opportunity and experience, and certainly been a dream of mine for a long time.
In that transition to Pitt, what was the biggest lesson that you learned? You said you wouldn't have it any other way. What was the biggest thing that it's carrying with you now?
Really, just the overcoming adversity, having some tough skin, and I think as a quarterback is absolutely necessary. That nothing's going to phase your confidence, and I think from there, really nothing phased my confidence. Nothing has. Even when I throw an interception, whatever may happen, we have a loss. Nothing's going to phase my confidence, and I think that's one of the ultimate, attributes and traits that a quarterback needs.
How long was the typical play call?
We had some, a good lengthy play call. We had to shorten it down a little bit because we had so many shifts and motions to say beforehand. So we tried to shorten down the whole play, but yeah, it'd be lengthy.
But in the huddles, you would be the one you have to spit them out.
Yes, sir. Yep, that was all me.
Hey Nathan, you've heard the news that Ben's planning on retiring. Did the Steelers have they shown interest in you at all, next door neighbors?
Yeah, I've seen, I guess, a little bit that he might or he doesn't know. I don't know, but I certainly talked to them a little bit. No, I guess, formal interviews, but I know Dan Rooney a little bit, so to see him around just because I saw him at the facility a lot was pretty cool.
What was your Senior Bowl experience like with the Bears when it was all said and done?
It was great to be around those coaches and to see them already again throughout this week has been pretty cool, and just to learn so much from them, and that certain things were familiar as well. That was helpful, and to speak the same language and to get to see some cut-ups of how those NFL guys are doing the same plays and to picture yourself doing that same thing. Pretty awesome.
How would you characterize your rapport with Dal Loggins?
Great. I think he's a great guy, and I certainly enjoyed getting to know him. And he's extremely smart too. I mean, talk about a sharp guy that really knows football and knows the details of it. That's what I enjoyed most about picking up the little things that he was talking about with nuances of defenses. Was pretty cool.
How has your contact with them continued since then? Informal interviews and things like that?
Yeah, I haven't had too much. I think probably I assumed they got enough. But I saw the trainers when we were doing the medical stuff, so that was cool to say hi to them as well.
Did you have a phone with the Chiefs?
I did, yes sir. Yes sir, that was helpful.
How did it go?
It went great. Enjoyed getting to know Andy Reid and all their coaches, Coach McVay and Nagy, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it.
Did you form with the Giants or the Jets?
Sir?
Giants or Jets?
Yes sir, I've met with the Jets a little bit, and it was good. Kind of talked some football, and one of the Coach Bates, I guess, had some familiarity with Tennessee, so we talked a little bit about that too.
How about the Bills? Any contact with them yet?
Bills, yes sir. Yep, it's a lot of the quarterback coaches, and it's kind of hard to keep track. But yes sir.
Hey, how much fun was it for you to have played in that Syracuse game, the highest scoring game in history? Just give us an impression of what that game was like and how much fun it was to be in a basketball score type game.
It was fun. I think some of our coaches were kind of stressing a little bit. It probably wasn't too fun for them, but it was certainly something I don't know if I've ever been a part of. I guess nobody's been a part of it before. But I think I only had 9 completions and we scored 71 points. It was pretty wild. Guys just catching the ball and running and scoring a lot. So it was kind of wild being a part of it, and I didn't know what to think, but just kept going out there and trying to score every time I could. Yeah, I think first of all, I'm a great leader. I care about my teammates, and they know that, and they know that above all, I just want to win more than anything. So I think I'm a great leader. Then throwing the ball wide, I think I have great great accuracy, great anticipation, which I think separates definitely at this level, and then I'm a great decision maker as well. So I think those are things that are really important in this league.
Do you feel like you've always?
Okay. Sorry, appreciate it.